Hey there, people. How are you? This is Nina Perez. And, I had a challenging day, to say the least, today, but I realized how freaking strong I am and how much I've come through in my life. And that has really served me well. Um, you know, Growing and expanding my mind and expanding how I see things and expanding how I do things and expanding, my emotional intelligence and expanding knowledge. That has shown me a lot. And I have been doing some deep work with neurolinguistic programming and changing a lot of the traumas that I've had in my life. One of them being, domestic violence. Domestic violence was huge for me in my life, and nearly ended in my murder. And I mean, it has taken a toll through most of my life, and it's nothing to be taken lightly, right? Some people always think that they know best and they know why people stay in these violent relationships and why they are there and why they keep going back or staying. But truth be told, when you are in a very horrific, violent relationship, you stay for fear, you stay for love, you stay for your children, you stay for a lot of things. And for a long time, the trauma of the domestic violence in my life left me with a lot of residual trauma, right? So things like not sleeping well. So insomnia is was a big part of my life. Fear of the night, of the darkness, fear of walking somewhere and having somebody just pop out and hurt me. And that has gone on for many, many years, right? I mean, the domestic violence in my life was many, many years ago. But it just went on for longer than it should have. And that is what I'm doing as an NLP practitioner, is I am helping people build themselves back to where they want to be. And traumas that we've been through in our life and these limiting beliefs that we've been through in our life don't need to be. And this is a little bit more than I'm used to coming on. I usually come on like every 2-3 weeks or whatever. But, a lot of stuff has been on my heart. And I think it's because I've been seeing the transformation in my life and how I've been really committed to the process of changing my life and therefore changing the lives of others. And that has been a very emotional, frustrating, impactful journey. And, I wanted to read something to you guys that I wrote some time ago about domestic violence, or about my domestic violence. It's going to be in a form of a poem, and I'm not a poet. It just happens to be how I wrote it, because I wrote it a while ago, but it still rings true. And it actually rings even more true today, because I thought that I was victorious back, when I wrote this, maybe 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago. But I'm really victorious now. And I am here to impact people's lives, because I want people to get that shortcut that I didn't get. I didn't get a shortcut. I had to suffer through it all and develop my own work and actually, take the time to grow and to teach myself how to move forward. And I don't want anybody, I don't want you to have to ever go through something like that, where you have to take a longer route and you're struggling every day and the weight is big and you are going through and you're doing it alone. And I want you to know, my brother, my sister, you don't have to. And so I wanted to actually write this poem because I'm thanking the abuser in my life. That was really hard for me to do, right? Because when you are, still struggling with residuals of what somebody's done to damage you, it's very difficult to try to pull out a positive intention from such an evil act. And most of you who have read my book or know about me know that I'm being completely authentic right now and completely real and just telling you the truth about my life, right? And a lot of times shame comes in when you are abused and you are mistreated and you are not treated like a human being. And I was not treated like a human being. I was treated worse than a human being. I was treated like some sort of rodent. And this relationship, nearly killed me. And for those of you who have read my book and know me, know that this man, my son's father, treated me like complete garbage, right? It still leaves a little lump in my throat, even though I am victorious and have won the battle. It's hard sometimes to be able to pull myself out of this situation and see the damage that was done for so long, and also that somebody has tried to really damage my life and nearly take my life. And when you are able to like pull yourself out of the situation and make yourself a third party, you feel for the woman. I felt for me. Now that I'm healed, now that I'm victorious, now that I'm free from all the residual effects of the abuse, it's something that impacts your life for longer than the abuse, right? I mean, this man used to throw me down the stairs, beat me, he urinated on me, he put a gun to my head and pulled the trigger. And when he pulled the trigger to my head, I felt my life like flash before me. It was one of the most scariest moments of my life to have a gun put to my head and somebody pull the trigger. I mean, that was intentional to take my life. That was intentional to take my life. And before he did that, he had said that he was going to take my life, the life of my child, and then his own. Because if he couldn't have me, nobody could. And that was a very deep, very life-changing and impactful moment for me. But it left me with a lot of fears and a lot of residual things in my life. It really, really did. And so I wrote this as a thank you. Because when we go through really hard things in our life, what I'm trying to do is help people like understand that you don't have to be there. No, you don't. Not one more day. And B, that you can actually see how this tragedy in your life, or how this heartache in your life, or how this fear in your life can pull out something from you that is beautiful. I realized how strong I freaking am. I'm a strong ass woman. I really am. And I know that I am because I'm able to dedicate this to the victorious woman that I have become because of the domestic violence in my life that nearly took my life. So I'm just going to go ahead and read it to you. I hope that you guys will leave some comments. Let me know what you think of it. And if you are struggling through domestic violence, I pray to God that you will find freedom from that in a healthy way, because it is extremely hard to get through. It really is, but it is possible. Thank you. This is a poem to me, to the victorious woman that I have become. You are my friend, and I'm writing to this perpetrator in my life, the person who hurt me. Thank you. You are my friend, my love, and my man. Always telling me that no one in this world will hold me again. Thank you for making me resilient, tougher, wiser, stronger. And for all it's worth, thank you for the way you showed me that I had no value and I had no worth. Thank you for making me feel confident and in complete doubt. Thank you for leaving me emotionally in drought. Thank you for contributing to the woman that I am today. Thank you for the aching memories in my head, the games that you played. Thank you for all the times that you punched me in my chest, that you threw me on the floor, and you kicked me in my breast. Thank you for taking me to places so low that I stayed there for years and I took all the blows. I also thank the floor for breaking all my falls as it showed me what a fool I was for giving you my all. Thank you for the gun you showed me when you put it to my head, because you loved me so much that my son and I are dead. You will not share me with the world is all you had to say as you stood there and stared at me with the head games that you played. But I thank you most of all for the battle you never won. And I thank you most of all for giving me a son. I want to shift my thank you, and I want to thank the Lord for showing me my worth and my value and that I am adored. I thank you, my friend, my love, my man. Now look intently at this woman, because victorious I stand. Thank you. And that is the poem that I wrote to that man in my life who really nearly destroyed me. I thank him, because if it wasn't for him showing me how awful that situation was in my life, I would never be the freaking powerhouse woman that I am today. So out of all of that mess is my message. And out of all of that yuck, all right, is my victory. And I own it. It is mine. He cannot take another moment away from me, another second away from me, another wink of sleep away from me. I have done the work, and I stand in front of you really victorious, and I got this. And so do you. You got this. So no matter how bad things are and how things look and what shit you're going through, I promise you, you got this. Because if you're going to wake up tomorrow, it is your intention. It has to be your intention to know that out of that muck and mire and the bullshit that is happening, you can pull out something beautiful, even if it's you learning that you have grit and tenacity and know-how and wisdom. You pull that out of shit. That's what you do. Right? Out of many piles of crap comes mushrooms, right? Fungi that actually helps the earth. Well, I'm telling you that out of the crap in your life, there is things that are going to come out that actually will help you life, will actually help build you. Now, even though these people tried to come against me, or he tried to come against me and tried to destroy me, he did not win. And in fact, out of that rose this female right here. I know that he never thought that this female would exist, because he was trying to break me for so long. I will not be broken. And I want you to know that in the process, stand. And when you can't stand no more, stand. You got this. The winds will come. They'll blow you down. They'll try to break you, but you don't need to be broken. You can just be bent and get right back up. Stand. Because I promise you, when you start to come to this side of it, you're going to look back and say, I'm a badass. I got this. So I just wanted to come here and share that with you, because as I was looking through my stuff today, I bumped into that poem and it hit me in the chest, because I realized, wow, when he was trying to kill me, when he was trying to shoot me, I had to survive. I had to, live for my life. And that thing that he did to me stuck with me for so long that I couldn't sleep at night. I had trouble sleeping. I have trouble with darkness. I have trouble with relationships. I have all these things that just came against me. And I've done the work now to get myself through that and then some, right? And that's what I want to do, is share my victories with you, so that you realize there are victories to be had. Now, our lives may be different and our maps are different, but our destination has to be what we want it to be. And it is there if you want it. Now, I'm not going to come out here and say to you, oh, it takes 30 days to become a guru. But Nina don't even talk like that. So that's not even me. But I will tell you that I do want to pour into you what I can. And I hope that these help you, even in a small way, to let you know that you are not alone and you freaking got this. And no matter how disgusting everything looks and how bad life looks and how shitty situations are, and if you're being abused, I am not afraid anymore. And I don't want you to be afraid anymore either. Sleep it off. Tomorrow's another day. Leave your worries today. Go into tomorrow fresh and try again. You got this. And every day you do that, and every day you fall forward, and every day you do that, and every day you fall forward. And that's all you got to do to make it happen. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for watching. And thank you for spending this time with me, because that was a very vulnerable moment for me. And I'm grateful that a lot of you are so encouraging and as beautiful as you are. God bless you. Have a good night. And just remember, you got this. You freaking got this.